son of a bitch.
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Because you are my friend.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 15 of the Super Enabler Bros show. I'm Jason, the Corpse Flood Gaming, accompanied by my excellent co-host, Chris, the old ass retro gamer. How's it going, Chris?
It's going fantastic.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. All right, talk to you later.
Bye.
Well, we're keeping on track here and being semi-regular with getting the episodes out. So I'm proud of us. Proud of us. As long as this doesn't end in disaster, we're going to be on a good track.
Yay.
So, how you been? What you been doing?
Been okay. Working. Playing some games, actually, for a change.
That's what I like to hear.
I started doing something that I said I was not going to do,
Poop and
which
standing
ties
up?
into playing games.
Oh, okay. I thought it was poop and standing up.
Ooh. Well, I decided to actually play a game from the Cartridge Club's Game of the Month.
Yay.
So I was like, I should probably do this at least once.
Yeah, do that shit.
And that doesn't include when I got invited to be on the podcast when was Resident Evil 2. So I should actually just play one on my own time, by my own choice.
Self-motivate.
Yeah, I know, right? It happens once in a while. So this month is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles month, and
shit,
I was like,
I better get
oh,
started.
I know, right? It came out of nowhere, bro. So I was like, what's something that I can play that's quick? Won't involve like a huge time commitment. And I was like, well, you know what? I've never actually beaten Fall of the Foot Clan on the Game Boy. So I popped it in, and I think I had it back in the day, but it was my brother's game. He was the big Turtles fan. I really wasn't. So I played it off and on, but I never really put any serious time into it. I was just like, it's all right. Give me my Castlevania adventure back, bitch. And I played it a little bit when I first bought it, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. All right, I'll play it later. So I sat down to play it. I beat it on my first playthrough.
Yeah, it's not too hard of a game, and that's definitely the first Ninja Turtles game I ever beat. Because my first console or whatever, the first video game thing I ever owned was a Game Boy, and it came with Link's Awakening. And I didn't have any games for it for quite a while because my town was shitty back then for buying video games, just like it is now.
Aww.
Except for we didn't even have Walmart, so it was even shittier. And so I had to wait till I went out of town. Yeah. So I had Zelda Link's Awakening was my only game, so it was my bartering tool because it was a fucking awesome game. And I had a friend who had Fall of the Foot Clan and another friend who had Mario Land 2. So it was just a triforce of trading those games between ourselves, and it ended up, those are still like three of my top favorite Game Boy games for sure.
Yeah, I never really put any time. It is super easy. It is like the enemies only come from like the two directions, and they always are familiar patterns. So you basically take 3 steps, a guy will pop out in front, hit him. Guy will pop up from the back, hit him. Take 3 more steps, hit the guy in the back, hit the guy in the front, take 3 steps. Yeah, and the bosses were super easy.
Yeah, I had that. It was basically one of those memorize the pattern, and you will have no challenge with the game.
Yeah,
and I used to beat the entire game without even getting hit, getting all like the bonus levels, and it was just like, oh, it's afternoon. You know what that means? Beat Fall of the Foot Clan real quick. like freaking lunch break at school and shit.
Jeez. I mean, yeah, it's slow. It reminds me a lot of like Castlevania Adventure, the way that's kind of slow. And the thing is, I'm not even a big Raphael fan, but I decided to play as Raphael, and I had like no problems.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh look, I beat a game for the Cartridge Club, yay! Okay, now to go back to not playing games for a while.
That's funny. Yeah, I think we actually beat that on the same day, or maybe a day apart. I'm not sure, but it was pretty close.
But it's okay.
I was playing it, and you're like, I just beat that or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that, yeah. So,
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I hear the other ones are better. So
it's the first game I remember actually playing the song the whole way through. the Ninja Turtles theme song from the show because everything else had like totally original music, or it would play like in like the title screen. It would play the music in like the arcade game, but like none of the levels actually just had the Ninja Turtles theme, which was something that stood out from that one to me.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I'm trying to think, what else did I play? Oh, and the one thing that I was saying I said I would never would do, but I actually started playing Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild on the Switch because we have some downtime at work, and instead of just sitting at my desk, watching YouTube videos on my phone, I was like, I'll just bring my Switch, and I'll be able to maybe knock out a game or two, while I'm doing it. And I was just like, well, the days are long. I should bring something that's going to take up a lot of time to keep me occupied. So I'll bring Breath of the Wild. I'll finally start playing that. And that was like a week ago, and I'm already like 80 hours in.
There you go. Proud of you. Yeah, playing that's definitely a game of substance that'll be more than a 3-hour beat. That's for sure.
I've barely even done any of the story stuff. I'm just like roaming around. I'm trying to find all the towers. It kind of makes me laugh that it's exactly like playing Assassin's Creed in that way. Or it's like, find the towers and it unlocks part of the map. Yay! Just like they did that in Horizon 2, Horizon Zero Dawn and all that.
And Far Cry does that too.
Yeah, I haven't played any of those.
Yeah, I think 5 does it too, because I haven't played 5 and New Dawn very much. Like I played a bit of 5, but I'm pretty sure, it has towers that unlock the map, because 4 and 3 definitely did. And I remember in 4, there was like that little like homemade helicopter thing you fly, and I remember seeing that. Yeah, I just flew around to every one of the towers first, and then there was one that was like kind of like in Grand Theft Auto where you try to cross the bridge, and all of a sudden everything just shoots you down, or like all of a sudden you have like 5-star level. Yeah, like there's a one like off limit part that I had to get to later, but that's the first thing I did. I was like, oh, cool helicopter. Let's unlock the map and find out where everything is right away.
Yeah. But I've been doing the dungeons or the temples or whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called now. They're temples, the shrines.
Shrines, yeah.
So I'm trying to like level up my character, and I think I'm up to like 7 hearts, and I've upped my stamina twice. And the thing is, I'm at this point where I wasn't even planning on doing any story stuff. I was trying to get to this tower. And like the thing is, you can't climb unless if it's raining. You can't climb at all. You'll always like slip back down the mountain or whatever you're climbing. So I'm at this. Yeah, I'm at this one point where I'm like, I was standing there waiting for the rain to stop for 20 minutes, and it did not stop. Yeah, and it's because I have to do something to get the rain to stop, and I was being told by these fish people, go and save our prince or whatever it is.
And prince, I need some towels.
So I'm like, all right, well, I'm here. I'll do that. It turns out you need to beat that section to get the rain to stop. I'm like, okay, so I can't get to this tower unless I do this thing. So let's do it. So that's where I'm at right now.
Was it like that, like jungle type area?
No, it's the sea people. Like there's that big sea castle.
I remember a part where it was in like this kind of like tropical, like rainforest area, and and the rain was just perpetual. I don't know. I beat that part before I like picked it back up again, so I'm not really super familiar on what I had to do to stop that. But I think.
But I am enjoying it. It's pretty cool. I mean, I know a lot of people complained about the whole weapon breakage thing, but I always have extra weapons in my inventory. So it's like, okay, the club broke. Okay, I'll switch over to the sword. Okay, the sword broke. Well, I have the hammer. I'll keep. I always have something. And
it's one of those things that's kind of like a pain in the ass. Like reminds me of like playing Dead Rising, whereas you level up, you unlock more like spots to. Oh, did you leave something in the oven?
Oh yeah. Welcome to Chicago.
Yeah. So like your weapons breaking.
To take me away. Haha, they're coming to take me away.
To the happy home. And like Dead Rising, like when you're a low level, it's kind of a pain in the ass because there's only like as you level up, you unlock more inventory space, so you can carry more.
Yeah, that's those seeds that you pick up do that eventually, right?
Yeah, the Korok seeds. Yeah, and then like so at first it's a super pain in the ass because like I got 2 weapon slots and I hit things twice and they break. But once you start finding good ones, and honestly, if you use amiibos, you can get some pretty good shit there too.
The only amiibo I have open is my Shovel Knight. You think that'll work?
I think it'll give you meats and shit. like every amiibo will do something, but all the Zelda amiibo, like they'll drop parts of the different outfits and stuff. Like I got the whole Ocarina of Time set, stuff like that. I borrowed my friend's Ocarina of Time link, and I had the Twilight Princess link, and Ganon and Zelda already opened that I put on my daughter's cake. So that was the only reason I have any open amiibos. So I just was like, "Can I borrow your Ocarina one? I want the Ocarina setup." And he's like, "Yeah." And that took the longest, and I literally just kept changing the clock forward on my Wii U and going back in because you could only do it once a day.
Oh, jeez.
So I was just like farming amiibos for like 3 hours one night, and then it said it was like a year later because I just been like setting
Calamity Ganon, you made him win.
Yeah, I got you, sucker. I cheated. Yeah, cheated.
So now I understand the title of the new Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah,
I understand the subtitle now.
It's pretty sweet. I still have to jump into that, but since I beat the first one and I've beat, Breath of the Wild now, I feel like I should jump into it. But now I'm like, all right, one of these days. But I haven't had a lot of kitchen shifts at the new job, so I haven't really been doing that. On the overnights, I've been playing Ninja Turtle games. So
yeah, those are the only things I've been playing.
Well, it's good. Yeah, as I mentioned, I've just been playing a shit ton of Ninja Turtles games with my quest to beat every Ninja Turtle game in the month of March for Turtle Power Month. And I'm happy to say that earlier today, it finally happened. I kind of...
Oh, yeah.
I was like full steam ahead till about halfway through the month, but I'd beat 25 of the 33 games in like the 2 weeks. And I was severely burnt out. I kind of was just like, I only need to beat a game like every 3 days now. So I
things are looking up.
Yeah, so I basically I only had like the handheld games mostly. So I beat the other Game Boy games. I beat the DS games that I hadn't already beat. I almost missed one because if it was a different type of game, even if I beat a game with the same name, I was beating it, and I didn't realize that the third Ninja Turtles game for the 2003 series.
Oh, the Battle Nexus or whatever?
Battle Nexus is the second one. Mutant Nightmare is the third one. And I didn't even realize it came out on DS. But then I didn't realize I must have because I bought it. So I was putting away one after I beat it, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, this is definitely a different game than the PS2 version. So I didn't have it on the list at all. And I was like, huh. Because I know I had bought them all, and I was like, yeah. So that was I almost could have gotten called out for not beating everyone, but because I kind of chugged through the last little bit, I kind of decided to add a bonus game, and it was the PC version or PC fan game called TMNT Rescue Palooza. I want to say Retro Palooza. I was like, no, that's a convention.
That's a convention, yeah.
Yeah, Rescue Palooza. It was, I think it's my favorite Ninja Turtle game.
Oh.
It's like
bold statements.
It's an amazing homage and tribute to the NES games. It plays like the NES games, except for you can use 3 buttons on it. There's a special attack is a third button, so that's cool. It was amazing. Basically, it's got an overworld with the same music as the first NES game, with none of the pain in the ass of the first NES game. But there is like tribute levels where you're like, oh, this is familiar, but it's different. Like the first, you go to April's apartment. It's like the first level from the arcade game, except it's not on fire. And then you fight through it, and you think you know what's going to happen. You're like, oh yeah, here comes Rocksteady. I'm going to kick his ass. And then the thing comes out of the ground. It's Bebop and Rocksteady.
Oh shit!
So you kick both their asses. It's a similar. It's the same room and everything. April's tied up to the chair, and then of course, as soon as you beat their ass, here comes Shredder, and he goes to grab her and jump out the window. But then all of a sudden, April just stands up and just goes. Whoosh! Simon Belmont whips him in the fucking eye, and he jumps out the window. And I was just like, yes.
He's like, got you, bitch.
I was laughing. I had to pause because I was just laughing for like 2 minutes straight. So when you beat a level, you unlock characters every time. So like that level, for instance, I unlocked April and Bebop and Rocksteady. So I think it gets up to about 60, if I remember correctly, 60 playable characters.
Baxter Stockman.
Yeah, so squashed his ass. You get him. You get there's even like a swamp level.
Does he look like Tyler Perry?
Yeah, no. Everyone has voices and stuff. Like it looks like an 8-bit game. It plays like the 8-bit games, but everyone has voices like from the cartoon. Like if they're not the cartoon actors' voices, they're really good impersonations. Like all the turtles sound like they're supposed to. Baxter Stockman still sounds like Krang, basically. Same voice, yeah, real Weasley voice, and all that. It's
a bitch.
Yeah.
I got you now, turtles.
Yeah. So yeah, you fight all the familiar faces, and there's like a swamp level where you fight Leatherhead, and the music for it's just straight up Bayou Billy. I was like, this looks familiar, and it's basically the swamp, like the first.
Is it as hard as Bayou Billy?
No, nothing's as hard as Bayou Billy.
F that
everyone talks about how hard Battletoads and
Bayou Billy.
Like, beat Bayou Billy.
Yeah, on one without. I want to see a no death run of Bayou Billy.
Yeah, do it. So yeah, it was. It played excellent. It played like the most refined, awesome way, like you'd expect any. Like if they made a fourth game, that's how you would expect it to be. Like excellent variety of bosses, new enemies, same old enemies at the same time. You fight this bunch of different colored foot soldiers and stuff, but there's some different ones too. There's these annoying throwing knife ones that can get you if you let them build up. But yeah, there's excellent variety of levels, just all over the place. I can't think of a bad thing about it.
Cool.
Yeah, you get like 9 lives to begin with, and you kind of. I think if you beat 3 levels, you get to play a bonus stage, and try to regain or refill your lives. So it doesn't feel like awful when you die, but you're like, oh, I'm getting close. But if you do die when you continue and you only have 2 lives. So you really got to make it count, or it could get challenging. I never really ran into a big problem with that. Actually, I found that out after the fact. So I never really ran out of lives. So that was a lot of fun. I'm not going to talk about every single Turtles game I beat, but I thought I would talk about my favorite. There is a lot of ones that I'm glad I played. And as far as the franchise goes, that's been going so long, there's really only about, I'd say 2 shitty ones. And then like 5 like okay, kind of generic, like you can skip this one. And the rest are good. There's a couple that are like, man, this would be awesome, but there's like a fatal flaw. Like I'm thinking of Danger of the Ooze, which is after like the Nickelodeon one from 2016 or whatever. It's like a Metroidvania, which is awesome, but when you lose one of your turtles, the only way to get them back is to go to this rescue room somewhere on the map, but it doesn't ever tell you where they are. So you can be just stuck without any of the turtle. Like if you lose them close to the beginning, you could just be stuck without them for ever. Who knows? Like until you finally find that, like they might be in Dimension X in the rescue room. You're like, oh cool, I got one back. And until you find like it feels like nothing can touch you, and then you'll get in like one room where they'll like kill 2 of your turtles, and you're like, oh cool. So at first I wasn't making a big deal of that one. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get them back event. And then I was like, wow, I'm 2 hours in and I've just been stuck with Raphael for quite a bit. So I ended up restarting that one. But besides that, I think it was a pretty decent game. And that's all I'm talking about, Turtles. Holy shit. I'm glad to be done.
I watched Captain Algebra stream. Was it Friday night? He was streaming some of Battle Nexus on the GameCube, and he was not digging it.
Not digging it?
Not digging it.
What was it? Was it too hard? Or
didn't
was
like the controls and didn't like the way things were set up.
Huh. I have it on GameCube. I never played the GameCube version, but the PS2 version didn't really.
Yeah, he was like, he kept on going, like, he'd be like doing something, and then he'd get like knocked. He was in this area where there was like a lot of lava.
Oh yeah,
like molten, and he was just constantly getting knocked into it. And he was just like, and people were throwing stuff at him. Like there were these guys that shoot like these laser stun gun things.
Yeah, and they always knock you back and shit.
And the thing is, like, they'd knock him down. He would stand up, and the moment he would stand up, they'd shoot him again. So it was like he was just constantly on the ground. And he's like, "How do you expect? Am I supposed to have fun playing this? Because this is not fun." I was like, "I hear you."
Yeah, I don't remember that one pissing me off too bad, but I remember it having a couple challenging parts. I think I liked they were all pretty decent, like beat 'em up, hack and slash kind of games. But I think I actually liked the handheld versions better. Yeah, they all kind of follow the same story, obviously, but completely different games. But yeah, like the first one especially is like just primo beat 'em up. The second one has like more little like stuff in it, so it doesn't feel like the same shit again, which I really appreciate. Like they didn't recycle a lot. It didn't feel like they were just like, oh yeah, they just popped it and reskinned it and put out another one, just shit out another one. So they put more variety. I think in both the console and handheld versions, they switched it up and had a lot of little variety, almost like mini game parts. Like you'd be like a vehicle part, and
yeah, I saw him do he was like in a flying spaceshipy looking thing.
Yeah, and it was those were all pretty fun. The third one on the DS has like some pain in the ass parts, but aside from that, mostly pretty good games. I might make one of those tier lists that seem to be popular right now.
Like the ones John Riggs is doing.
Yeah, everyone seems to be kind of aping that right now.
Did you play anything other than Turtles games?
I played a little bit of Yakuza Kiwami. I needed a little respite from Turtles for a bit. I also I played my my backlog roulette game from last episode. I'm glad I played it on my one overnight because I kind of ran out of time. So today I realized I was on like the second last level this afternoon. I was like, I better beat that shit. So it felt like I was near the end anyway. Wasn't entirely sure I was on the second last level, but I was like, seems like it's ramping up towards something. And then it kind of, yeah, we'll talk about that more in a bit. But
yeah, been watching anything?
Yeah, I watched That's Not a Cut. What about you?
I watched it too.
So good, so good.
I went to work. So I watched it the night it came out. I watched it last Thursday when it came out. And I told everyone at my job that I was probably going to wait until the weekend, but I was kind of like, I'm home. I'm making dinner. I'm like, while I'm eating my dinner, I'll put it on. If it gets to be too long, because it is 4 hours and 3 minutes long, I can always stop it and finish it later. And I ended up watching the whole thing in one shot. And went to work the next day, and everyone asked me how it was because they figured I would watch it anyway because they know I've been talking about it forever. And I made what I was told was a very bold statement. I was like, that's probably one of my favorite superhero movies of all time now. Yeah.
Well, that's, to be fair, it's because it's the length of two of them.
Yeah, it was supposed to originally be split into two.
Yeah, well, because that was my problem with the original. Was that they just kind of shoehorned it, like, oh, here's Cyborg, he's in the Justice League. Here's Flash, he's in the Justice League.
Yeah.
With just no real setup.
It was like the setup that they had in Batman vs. Superman was all you're going to get.
Yeah, and what a piss off.
Yeah.
For hearing that they didn't film much extra stuff, and this is mostly
it was all the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was all the last cut, all the cut footage and stuff. I'm like, he cut this?
Yeah.
But he left in that.
Yeah. It is long. There I want to say there's maybe two parts where I was sitting there going like, you can move on, like the Aquaman scene at the beginning where the women are singing to him on the shore.
I hated that.
Yeah, I was like, why are you lingering on this? Just move on.
Yeah.
But that's when that was when I texted you and I said it has kind of an art house feel to it.
Yeah.
It was like that kind of stuff where he would like linger on things just a little too long. I was like, this feels like I'm watching that Bjork movie where she went blind.
Yeah, I don't understand the reference, but I know who Bjork is, so I'm sure it was very weird.
I think it's Dancer in the Dark is the movie she was in where she was going blind and singing about it.
Okay. Yeah, that part I would probably say was one of my least favorite. I hate singing like that. It always bugs me in movies.
It just didn't seem like they needed it.
And I don't know if I've just noticed it more because one of my coworkers watched it before me, because I waited till the Monday because I went to watch it and then realized, oh, I got to subscribe to the HBO thing within Crave to get it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to wait. I don't feel like doing that right now. So then we started on Monday, and I'm happy because it has chapters. So we watched till like chapter 4, and I was like, all right.
That was interesting.
I don't have to keep up my kids till 11 o'clock.
That was another thing where I brought up the whole it feels like an art house movie because that reminded me of Clerks.
Yeah, it was like, honestly, I have no complaints about it. Like, I hated Batman in the original part, which is I never hate Batman.
Yeah, they added in all those stupid out of character joke moments.
Yeah, and he didn't, honestly, he could, if he wasn't there, it would have went just as well.
Yeah.
I felt the same way as I felt about that the latest animated Batman movie where I'm like, if he wasn't there, I don't
Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, where he was just kind of there and Batman's here for if Batman wasn't there or if it was just another guy, it made the same difference. Like yeah, so I was just like, yeah, like the Flash was probably my favorite part of the original one, but they all had like their moment to shine. Like they all got fleshed out properly. Like it's clear that WB just wanted to catch up to Avengers in less steps. Basically, bring Superman in. Second movie, kill Superman. You're like, okay, already? How super is he? Not very super, I guess.
Yeah.
The second thing he fights, he dies. Instead of like many hundreds of things. Okay. And then Wonder Woman.
I mean, the thing is, if you watch the new cut of Justice League, it makes sense that they did that in Batman vs Superman because that was what they needed to bring everyone together, was the fact that he wasn't there anymore.
Yeah,
I didn't really get that from the original cut. It was just kind of like, oh, we can't do this unless Superman, so we got to bring him back from the dead. Okay.
And the way they brought him back, it was kind of the same, but it didn't seem as stupid. But it wasn't
as silly.
Yeah, it wasn't as stupid. So I was like, okay.
That was the thing that got me the most was the movie. Like I was talking to Rocket Sauce about this, and he's like, it's the exact same movie. I'm like, yes, it does get from point A to point B the same way. It's just everything in between is completely different now.
So he thought it was just meh?
He just thought it was okay because it's the exact same movie. I was like, yeah, the outline is the same, but everything in the middle makes it so much better because now things kind of make sense.
Yeah, like
they took out all the stupid humor. I mean, there was still some humor from the Flash in there every once in a while.
Well, yeah, but he's a humorous character. That'd be like being like, oh, there's too much jokes in a Spider-Man movie. Like, well, Spider-Man.
I mean, but hearing Batman making jokes makes no fucking sense.
No,
Batman
rarely talks.
Yeah,
so if he does talk, he's grumpy.
Like, I'm trying to remember what the point I was going to make was.
I'm sorry.
Shit, I derailed myself.
I assisted in it. Sorry.
Shit.
About how the movie wasn't the same, even though it was kind of the same.
Oh well, like they took out all the stupid humor. They took out that stupid Russian family crap.
Yeah, that made no sense.
Did you notice that they did not focus on the way that the Flash runs? You don't see him doing his little. But he still kind of runs in that way, but it's like build up to it where he kind of like goes like that and then.
Yeah.
But I think the thing I liked the most about it was that they really set up the characters more so you actually give a shit, especially like when it comes to like Cyborg.
Yeah, Cyborg was really well.
It's almost like it's his movie.
It's almost
it's his origin story movie.
Yeah, like it felt like half an hour of it was like he got his own mini movie in the movie.
Yeah,
like,
and I was really kind of mad that they cut that out. And then I started reading stuff online from Ray Fisher, because he's been trying to fight Warner Brothers on the way that they were all treated during the reshoots with Joss Whedon and all that. And he said that basically he was told to his face, no one wants to watch a movie with an angry black man in it for 2 hours, so we're going to cut all your stuff out. Man, like I was like, that's some fucking bullshit.
His dad, though.
Yeah. That scene broke my heart.
His dad has to just stop working in labs, bro.
He died. That guy, Joe Morton, dies in every movie in a lab.
You know what I said the second I see him. Both times I've seen both versions of this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer I can
Hold this.
hold this. Yeah. I was like, so he had a blow the place up moment in that one too. So
Yeah. But
good.
that scene where he goes, I mean, I was just like, oh. But I mean, like everything about it, I could not complain about anything. I was like, they took out the stupid "you smell good" line. Did you notice that they redubbed it in the White Whedon version?
Yeah,
because she says you spoke.
Yeah,
and they redubbed it in the Joss Whedon version to like "you smell good." I was like, what? Why did you even change that line? Because he spoke during the fight in the Whedon version.
Yeah, so
the stupid CGI blue.
That was all gone. That was
the thing is, like, I also was surprised how much of what was in the Whedon cut or the Whedon cut was stuff that Zack Snyder shot. Like most of the fight with the Justice, like when they fight Superman and all that, but then like he just added on stupid crap to it, like "do you bleed?"
Yeah,
and all that, so he can do a CGI lip.
Yeah, like so unnecessary all the shit he added, and
yeah, it goes to show how funny.
It goes to show how important editing is. Like, if they didn't really add that much, it was just edited. They took cut footage and put it back in there where it needed to go. They restructured it, moved it around a bit to where it made sense. Like, this is how much editing matters.
Yeah, I mean, and you could tell that Zack Snyder had like this vision for it. Like he wanted it to be a specific way, and it was also supposed to branch out into all these other people's separate movies too. And it was just like that whole scene at the beginning of the Whedon cut where Batman has that fight with one of the parademons. I remember when I watched it in the theater, I was like, "This is the most awkward freaking thing I've ever seen. It is cheap looking."
Yeah,
and all it was so you can get that stupid information about the mother boxes when the parademon blew up.
Yep.
And I was like, this is stupid. This serves no purpose because he cut out all the story that told you about the freaking boxes.
Yeah, and that was the only like highlight Batman scene in the movie, if you remember.
Was that.
And you're like, I started off going like, that was that much of a challenge for Batman? Did you remember the warehouse in the last movie?
Yeah, where he friggin' Arkham Asylum everybody?
Yeah, that was probably the best part of that movie. And now he comes here, he like has trouble with one thing?
One parademon. That he's fucking sniping in this version of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's just freaking popping everyone in the head.
Yeah. As you do when you're Batman. I don't like guns, but I'm extremely efficient with them, apparently.
But they set up the Flash movie by having that whole scene with Barry saving Iris, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
The rescue scene with Wonder Woman at what was that, in London?
Yeah, at the like museum or whatever.
Yeah. It was almost the same, but it wasn't goofy. They really kind of,
because they put Dark Knight music in it.
Yeah, they sped up Wonder Woman when she did things in that scene. I remember like she kind of just went like this and like blocked bullets like slow.
Which
then she's going like she's fucking
just
Rocky punching him. Yeah, she's Rocky punching him and shit.
Yeah, speaking of that, that was a little bit different than everything else. And this is the thing I was talking about. I don't know if I just noticed it more because my coworker mentioned it, but there was a lot of slow-mo parts.
Yeah, that's Zack Snyder.
It wasn't 300, the sequel to 300. What's the second 300 movie?
Oh, Rise of an Empire.
Yeah, it wasn't that egregious. Where while I was watching that, I was like, this movie would be 20 minutes long if everything wasn't slow mode.
Resident Evil Afterlife would be 20 minutes long if it wasn't for all the slow mo.
Yeah, so like I don't know if I was just noticing it more because of that, but
it didn't bother me.
I don't mind when a story is slow when it means something.
When it's good, when it's done well. Yeah.
So it's like it's interesting. So I didn't mind the slower parts, especially in a 4-hour movie. I was like, I don't know if this would.
And that's the thing; it didn't feel like 4 hours to me.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it in 2 parts because of the kids, but I was, both times it was just like that went by fast. They had action in the right parts.
It felt like a 3-hour movie to me. I didn't even realize how far into the movie I was because when I got to the big finale, I was like, "There's like an hour left in this." I was like, "Wow, it feels like it's only been on for like an hour and a half, 2 hours."
Yeah, it was.
Because I was into it. Like I was telling the guy at work, like one of the guys at work was complaining, "I don't want to watch a 4-hour movie," and I was like, "You know what? I don't care how long of a movie is as long as it's good."
Yeah, like
So.
I don't know. I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see what the original cut of Last Jedi would look like now. Maybe I wouldn't hate that movie so bad. Because that trilogy was, planned out by one guy, and he got to do the first one and the third one. So.
Yeah, and the third one was basically retconning the second one.
Yeah, so they were just trying to cancel each other out. So. That was rough, but yeah, I'm really bummed that WB doesn't want to keep going with.
Yeah, they said that
they have no interest. They wanted
how many million people signed up for HBO Max just to watch it shows that there is this huge audience for these things.
Yeah, it's not one of those things where everyone just whines about it online, then they fix it, and then everyone's like, "So."
Yeah, and then you go to Rotten Tomatoes. And
yeah.
It has the best reviews out of aside from maybe the first Wonder Woman. I think it has some of the best reviews for a DC movie. So yeah, I mean, people are liking it. People are watching it. People are still talking about it. A week after it's been out. So I'd say continue it. But they want to recast Superman now, but they're still going to keep Barry Allen, the same guy that plays Barry Allen.
Isn't it Ezra Miller or something?
Yeah, Ezra Miller. They're going to keep him as Flash. They're going to keep. Jason Momoa, they're going to keep Gal Gadot, but they were going to get rid of Henry Cavill, who I think is a great Superman.
Yeah, I think he's awesome in Superman.
And Ben Affleck isn't going to play Batman anymore, but from what I understand, the new
I'm
Batman movie that's coming out isn't going to be part of this universe. It's a separate movie on its own.
Well, it would be...
It's going to be like Joker. It's going to be just a separate thing.
It's basically... from what I understood, it's basically like a Batman Begins. It's like year one kind of... him figuring shit out still kind of thing, which is cool.
But it's just supposed to be like a standalone movie, though. That's the thing. It's like Joker. It's just supposed to be in its own little universe.
Yeah, because in this, like in the Snyder cut, Batman's been Batman for 20 years already. So
yeah, he's a old grizzled Batman. Yeah,
it could fit in there. They could do the lead up Batman movies with that.
I would love for them to continue it because I liked where it was going because I want to see this whole dark side thing play out.
If they said before they were doing this that they're redoing it, I'm like, probably gotta.
Yeah,
but there
was talk that they were going to do like a director's cut of Suicide Squad to put back in all the Joker footage that was lost that really pissed off Jared Leto. But they canceled that now. But why would you? Because now the interest is so high because of Snyder Cut. Why wouldn't you do that? You'd be a fool not to do that.
It just goes to show that they really don't care. They're willfully shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
When they have any pushback, apparently they're just like, I don't know, just reboot it. I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't understand because they're continuing with it in a couple of movies, but they're not going to continue it with others. It makes no sense to me. Why are you going to splinter the whole thing?
No, they're broken it.
But
they could splinter with the way.
But the thing is, I guess Snyder had movies past Justice League already planned out because from what I read, he said that whole thing with Barry Allen popping up in Batman versus Superman, it goes, oh shit, I'm too early. I guess the second Justice League movie that he had planned was going to be the whole Nightmare thing. And the whole key to Batman turning bad was Lois Lane dying at one point in one of the movies. And that's why Batman turns into a villain. And that's why Ezra Miller pops up and says, oh shit, I'm too early. Lois is the key. But that whole thing was supposed to be paid off in a later movie. We're never going to see it.
That's so bullshit. Yeah, and the only part I thought was kind of funny, I think I even sent you a meme about it because I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. But Martian Manhunter's there.
Oh yeah,
and it's the meme was he sits out the
Gandalf.
He sits out the Doomsday fight. He sits out the the fight with Steppenwolf, and then shows up at the end got you next time, bro.
Yeah, he basically pulled a Gandalf where he's like, I'm here for you, but not right now.
Yeah, I'm here for you.
I've got eagles that could take you all the way to Mount Doom if you want, but I'm not going to give them to you because it's all about the adventure.
I shall return when least you need me.
It's all about the journey.
They'll be like Batman trying to open up a ketchup packet.
But I like. But did you notice? Did you notice how that was a reshoot?
Yeah.
Ben Affleck looked puny.
Yeah.
He looked like half of the person he was.
Affleck.
Yeah, Affleck. He was like he was half the size he was 2 scenes ago.
Yeah.
And if you watch the nightmare scene that they put the Joker into and all that, the bat mask doesn't even fit him anymore. The bat mask was like flopping off of the sides of his face
Yeah.
because he was so skinny at that point. I was just like, oh God, why didn't you just make a new mask? Don't use the one you already had.
I brought it from home.
Yeah. But other than that, I love that they put Martian Manhunter in. I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was a good setup.
Yeah, that's
We're not
to
gonna
where
see
it was
anything with
supposed to
that.
go.
We're
And
not
I
gonna
love
see
that they
anything.
built the Justice League, the table. That scene played better to me
Yeah.
in this one. I just everything about it was really cool. I loved it. I was so into it. Like I said, I didn't even realize it was 4 hours long. When it was over, I was like, oh okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I gotta go to bed now.
Yeah. They finally had me invested, and now they're like,
And no more.
do over mulligan.
Yeah.
So that sucks. Is what it is. But there is another DC movie I'm looking forward to seeing, though.
Yeah. They released the trailer yesterday.
Yep. Yesterday.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
The Suicide Squad. That means it's different.
Yeah, different, but some of them are the same.
Yeah, they replaced Will Smith with Idris Elba, and he has a different name now.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, it's like they kept Captain Boomerang, which I thought was one of the worst things in the other one.
Yeah.
They kept Rick Flag, which was okay. But Harley Quinn is the only person who looks like she's playing it exactly the same, and everyone else is playing it just a little bit differently.
Yeah. I don't get that. I'm not going to read too much into it. I want to be stoked for it. So
Yeah.
it
looks great.
Like Suicide Squad, right from like the first trailer, I was like kind of annoyed with it. I was like, well, I'm going to go check it out anyway. I'll give it a chance. And then I was just kind of lukewarm on it. But yeah, I like Birds of Prey, and I'm looking forward to this one even more.
Yeah,
But-
James Gunn. You could tell it's got him all over it.
Yeah, the only bum out though is, speaking of Suicide Squad kill the Justice League, or whatever it's called. Isn't it Kill the Justice League? The game?
Oh, the game, yeah.
It got bumped to next year now.
Oh.
Pretty much the same time. Like, here's this, don't kill us. But the game's coming out next year. So
I'm fine with it. If they need to fix stuff, whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of expected these days anyway. They got to just let people get the games done when they're done. Like, let them kind of have a realistic idea of when they might have a game out. And hurry, when's it coming out? We're like, we literally made enough to fit in that trailer. That's it. That's all we have done right now. That's why I got people jumping off roofs and shit.
But yeah, when it comes to that trailer, like I was saying to myself, I knew King Shark was in it, and I was like, please don't screw up King Shark, because he was one of my favorite things in the Harley Quinn cartoon.
Yeah.
So I was like, please don't screw up King Shark. Make him fucking violent as hell, but also kind of dopey.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's exactly what we're getting. You get to watch him like rip somebody in half, like vertically.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
It was amazing. I'm glad they went with like a Red Band trailer too. That was great.
Yeah. I was so stoked. I was like, yes, all the dreams are coming true.
I hate when
and then Pete Davidson shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was the same when I watched it with my wife. I was like,
yeah, well, Pete Davidson is like the weird. Maybe he's freaking awesome in the movie. I don't know. They really didn't show much with him other than, oh, look, it's Pete Davidson. Okay, that's it. Back to King Shark.
Is that supposed to be their big celebrity reveal?
And Flula Borg.
Yeah.
It's like, what? We'll see. As long as they're not like freaking, what was his name in the first one? The guy that got killed like immediately.
Oh, what's it? Not
it wasn't Whiplash. It was
something to do with
the guy with the hooks.
Yeah, it's not Hangman. It's something like that though.
But like, as long as they don't do that to these characters.
Is it Slipknot?
Slipknot, yes.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't play his drums upside down.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. I was like, yes, this is what we need. We need more of this.
Yeah.
Keep going with it, Warner Brothers. Don't mess it up, but they are messing it up. They're already like, we want to have a new Superman already. Why? Henry Cavill was perfectly fine.
We want to get one giant step forward, and then we want to cut our legs off.
Yeah. Oh, the one thing I forgot that I was going to talk about was when we were talking about the changes was they CGI'd all the color into Superman's outfit for the finale in the Whedon cut.
Yeah.
They CGI'd his blue, red, and yellow outfit on over the black one that he wears for the rest of the film.
I noticed like watching it, I'm like, it looks like extra kind of like shimmery.
Yeah.
But it was darker than it was in either of the other two movies where he wore that.
Mhm.
So now it makes sense.
Yeah, they CGI'd the color over the outfit because Joss Whedon didn't like the black.
Especially from what we heard. Jeez.
Yeah. Wow, sir.
Well, I'm not the
Yeah,
one that I'm not
that's
the one
true.
who did it.
Yeah. They're dicks.
Yeah, I have no problem. I prefer the black. Look at this.
Yeah, the black outfit I think it looks rad.
Yeah, I love that in the comics when he came back too.
And it looks like he's gonna keep. I mean, the way he was like wearing it at the end, I was like, oh, I think he's gonna keep wearing this. What the hell?
No. That'll be That'll be the point of contention for him and Batman now.
Yeah. Who wears the blackest outfit?
Yeah.
Mine. I hide in the shadows. I can do it too, bro. Whee,
I can hide in the shadows up there.
Yeah.
I can hide in the ring
sky.
cloud.
I can hide in outer space.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Other bummers though, they're shutting down the PS3, Vita, and PSP marketplace. Kind of sucks.
I kind of thought it already had shut down, but then you
Kinda
started
expected.
talking about buying games about a month ago or something. I was just like, oh, I didn't realize those were still open. And then right after that is when they announced that they're going to shut it down.
No one had bought something for so long that when I bought something, they got money. Like, where's this money coming from? Oh my god, that's still open. I thought we closed that.
Oh shit! Time to shut that shit down.
Damn. Yeah, so bummer. I'm not sure if that's going to affect updates or not. But
Well,
I feel like
not for the PS4 or 5, but I mean,
PS3.
PS3. I haven't gotten an update on that thing in forever.
I mean, like when you put it in a game and there's a patch.
Oh no! Well, I think that all comes down to the company that made the game.
So I feel like I'm gonna put all my games in there.
Yeah.
But also the thing I remember is how long a patch takes on the PS3, which is why my PS3 collection is so much smaller than my 360 collection. It's because anytime I got a PS3 game and I was excited to play it, I'd go to put it in.
45 minutes.
Like 3 hours. It'd be like,
See, it's the opposite.
System update, game update,
Yeah.
this and that. I'm
It's
like,
the opposite for me for the last gen, where every time I would put in a PS4 game, it would update like that. I put in an Xbox One game, and it would take all night.
yeah, yep. But like, yeah, it's the same with the 360. You put it in, it's like,
Bloop.
you just watch it go like that. And you're like, okay, well, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
And you put in the PS3 game, and by the time it was ready to play, I'd already like, no, I'm invested in this 360 game now. I've
Yeah,
changed-
fuck you, PS3.
Yeah. So, yeah, it sounds like I got some work ahead of me.
Yeah, I
So
think I
I'll-
do too, because I probably have to do that as well. But like, there's stuff that I now am going to go onto the store and buy, like something that we played at MGC that one year.
You haven't bought that yet?
I have not bought House of the Dead 4.
Well, you need to buy it and see if we can play it online.
Yes,
Before
I
it's
keep
done.
on saying. Well, that's why I thought it was dead. I thought that it had died a long time ago,
Okay.
so I never bothered. I was like, oh, I guess I'm never getting that. And then you posted that you had bought it. I was like, what? Huh?
Yeah, that was your hint. Buy it.
Got to go and do it. And then I was listening to your podcast with Church, and he was talking that there's a Mana game that you can only get for the Vita through the shop.
Yeah.
Was it like Adventures of Mana or something?
Yeah, something like that.
I was like, oh shit, do I gotta buy that too? No, okay, I guess I gotta do that too.
Yeah, I gotta find my PS TV and do that because I don't have a Vita because I don't need more handhelds, honestly. The Vita TV is fine for me. It's just like another console.
Yeah, I missed out on that. Not paying $300 for one.
No, mine was like $20, and I was like, I guess.
If
and then I got it, and I was like,
for cheap, pick me up one.
I will, but that's something that probably just gets thrown out when someone doesn't know what. I don't know. No one wants this. It's like a wireless router or something.
Yeah, it looks like a PS5. Speaking of PS5,
What?
so I was telling you before the stream started that
Don't keep no secrets. Tell our listeners.
I finally got my new stimulus check.
Yeah.
And I was saying to everybody whenever we were like playing Predator or Hunting Grounds and stuff, we're all talking about what we're going to use for the stimulus check. And I was like, well, I'm going to probably use it to buy a PS5 and an Xbox Series X. And like I hadn't really been paying any attention to getting like people that were talking about how they got the consoles. I was just kind of like, let's go online and buy one when I get my check.
Yeah, it should be good by the time I get there.
Yeah. No. All weekend I've been like going to Best Buy and Target and Walmart and GameStop's websites, constantly checking to see if they've had any updates and nothing. I was just like, I'm like, wow, the struggle is real. Just to get a console.
Still.
Yeah.
I'm glad I haven't subjected myself to that yet. I'm waiting until, God of War is on the close horizon. Then I'll be going for it. If they don't announce a God of War console, then I'll probably try to secure one before that comes out because I need that day one.
So yeah, I was talking to Rocket Sauce because Rocket Sauce has one, and I was like, "What did you do to get it?" I mean, I know you were talking that you were getting like messages from somewhere. Where did you get that from? So he turned me on.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, he turned me on to a couple of Twitter accounts, and he's like, turn the notifications on these Twitter accounts because like every morning they'll send something saying, "Hey, Best Buy just had a drop. Go get it," or something. So I'm hoping I can get it by the end of the week.
Hopefully, don't pay them scalpers.
No, I will not. One of the links that one of those Twitter accounts posted led me to a place where it says, we can sell you one for $700. I was like, no.
I know this is the Enabler Bros podcast, but I want to disable you from feeding the scalpers.
I'm not doing that. I will not do that. I'm not paying more than its retail.
Proud of you. I knew you were smarter than that.
I did that for the PS3 back in the day. I think I paid $100 more than it was going for. But I'm not doing that again. Never.
There we go.
But I do want both. I've actually started buying games for both consoles.
Sweet.
So I have stuff to play when they show up. I will not be talking about any of them today.
Okay. Top secret.
Yas. So should we talk about some highlights?
Yeah. What's a PSVR game I should be strapping in my face?
Slapping the face. I wanted to talk about Eve Valkyrie.
Cool.
I'm a huge fan of those Wing Commander style games. I'm a huge fan of Wing Commander itself. Wing Commander 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. And I kind of have a story about this. I went to the local GameStop by my work right after I got my PSVR from you. And I walked in there, and there used to be this girl that worked there that was super intrusive, would creep on you while you're in the store. She saw me walk in. You,
Chris.
No, she did that to everybody. I watched her do it to everybody. Watching her split her attention between 3 different groups of customers was entertaining as hell because it looked like it would break her brain. It's like, I don't know how to multitask.
Who's standing by the more expensive stuff?
So I was the only one in the store, so I'm at the PS4 stuff, and I'm looking around, and every time I would pick a game up, she would feel the need to tell me all about it.
Yuck.
And I was like, and I remember telling her 3 times, I'm like, I'm just browsing. Will you please leave me alone?
Thanks. It's my first day on video games.
Yeah, I pick this up, and I'm looking at it. That's my favorite PSVR game of all time. I was like, thanks. She's like, you like Wing Commander? I'm like, I love Wing Commander. I was already thinking about picking this one up. She's like, you're going to love it. It's so immersive. So I got it home, updated it, popped it in, popped my VR helmet on, and this only showed up in a window. Like I was watching a movie. And it was not the whole filling your field of vision thing.
I'm not very virtual reality-ed.
Yeah, so I was like, this is what she was talking about? This is the best game ever? What the fuck? So I was actually kind of pissed. I'm like, okay, so the next time I went there, I was just like, yeah, thanks for turning me on to that Eve Valkyrie shit. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you told me that it was this great, super immersive game. I'm like, it only shows up in a window. She's like, I think you might have the settings wrong. I was like, uh-oh. So I went home, fixed settings, and sure enough, blue.
And then you taped it back together.
Yeah.
Put it in the strip.
So yeah, I changed the settings, and sure enough, and it is pretty fantastic. It is great.
Because I know at first it was VR only, but I think they patched it later on to be like where you didn't need to play it in VR. Kind of like
it might have automatically defaulted to that when I popped it in because maybe I didn't have my PSVR hooked up when I booted it up.
Oh, okay, that might be it. Because there's a couple games like that. Like Trover came out and it was VR only, and then they patched it later on. That's why
Yeah.
we can have it on the Switch and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
So
Yeah,
it
good.
is pretty fantastic. I love those type of like outer space shooters like that. I love those types of games. I love the
Mhm.
genre. But the thing is, playing something like this or something like Star Wars Squadrons in VR makes it so much more fun to me because now I can actually like follow the ships when they fly past me with my head
yeah,
and all that, and it just makes it so much more fun.
I've got to play more of that. I've got it too. I got it probably right around the same time then because I think probably before that because I think it was one of the first games I got for the VR, and I played it briefly and I really enjoyed it, and then I just kind of didn't keep going with it.
Yeah, I need to put more time into it. I haven't beaten it yet, but I mean, it is super impressive. Like the immersion factor is pretty high.
Yeah, 'cause the cool thing is like at first VR wasn't really catching on, so a lot of the first couple like launch, I'd say,
Most of them felt like demos.
well, they all kind of dropped really quickly.
Mhm.
So I remember getting that and Job Simulator and
Like Battlezone.
not Battlezone. For some reason at my Walmart, Battlezone stayed like $50 forever, and then it just disappeared. So it must have went cheap, and I missed it. But we had one copy of it, and I was just like, I want that, but I don't $50 want that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Eve, Psychonauts, Rhombus of Ruin was the third one. Yeah. So I got like all those one day for like I think it was like $30 altogether.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, building up the VR collection.
Yeah. But yeah, once I figured out the setting thing, it's the same thing with Wipeout, the Wipeout one that's in VR because there's like these blinders on the sides of your car
Yeah.
that kind of like it's to help you not get motion sick or something, and there's a way to get rid of them so you can actually see everything.
Puke all you want.
Projectile vomit while you're going 300 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's your fault if you puke now.
Yeah. Thanks,
Awesome.
Musty Hobbit, for telling me all about it.
Speaking of VR, I should shout out the free VR games that are available right now. And they don't require PS Plus. Res Infinite, Thumper, Astrobot Rescue Mission, Moss, and Paper Beast
Yes.
are all free right now, as well as Ratchet and Clank, Abzu, Enter the Gungeon, Subnautica, and The Witness, which are not VR, but get
They're
the whole
free.
list. Yeah, free. Free is free. And
Yeah,
I
Moss
don't-
is super expensive now, so this is the perfect time to get yourself a free copy.
yeah, and if you're like me, even when I've got I'll always grab a free game. Every month I'll be like, oh, it's a soccer game, whatever. It's free. I don't have to download it.
I might
can just-
download Enter the Gungeon.
I could just own it. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm free. Even if I've already got the game on my shelf, I'm like, yeah. What happens if these all go up in flames? At least I can download it with on my new Xbox that I have. That the insurance bought me. So
But yeah, that's really cool that they put a whole bunch of like the more expensive VR games up for free.
yeah,
Kind of like
there
they're
was-
offset. So maybe the price will now drop.
hopefully.
Now you need to put
I've heard
Job
they're kind of-
Simulator up on for free so I can get a copy of that bitch for physical.
Yeah, it's not that good.
No, I just want a copy of it.
It's
I just
one of
want
the,
it.
it's just like that Godzilla game.
I have that.
Everyone wants it because it's like $300 now, and I'm like, I saw it back in the day, and I was interested, but then like everything I saw on it, and then I watched some gameplay. I'm like, it looks boring, so I never grabbed it because I was like, oh no, I don't think I want to pay $60. I'll get it later when I can get it for cheap, and then I just didn't. I'm like, it doesn't. I don't collect for value, so I'm not really upset by it. Like,
Yeah, I got a used
man.
copy. I got a used copy for like $15 at GameStop.
Yeah, exactly. That's when I saw it was at EB Games, which is the same thing. And I was like, it was pretty close to when it came out. And I was like, should I grab it? And I was like, no, I'll grab these other 3 games that actually look good. And next time maybe I'll grab it. And then, I missed out, but that's pretty much the price I'd be willing to pay, $15-20. Like,
Yeah.
I what I call a fuck it price, where I'm just like, fuck it.
It's $15.
It's related to something like they'd be like this Batman game does not work at all. I'm like, well, I'm not paying $60
Yeah,
for it.
$60.
then.
Yeah, fuck that.
But I'm like, I'll pick it up the fucking price for $12, because I gotta have my Batman game.
Gotta have some standards, man.
Yeah. Have you played it? Is it meh? If you play
Which
it,
one?
Godzilla.
I played it for a little bit. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's $15 good.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm glad I did not pay because I was interested in it to begin with. I'm like, oh, a current gen Godzilla game, hells to the yes.
Yeah, like that was it would have been probably one of my like first 10 PS4 games.
Yeah. And then I watched some stuff on YouTube about it, and I heard people complaining about it, and I was just kind of like, oh, okay, I can wait. And then I just happened to be at a GameStop that had it. And I was like, oh, for $15, I was like, and used? I'm like, I don't care. Yeah, give it to me.
I mean, if you find it for cheap,
yeah,
hook me up, but I'm not. Yeah. You're like, yeah, only $250 now. That's not.
Oh, come on, bro. Can you get your stimmy?
Yeah. I don't get a stimmy.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah, you get free healthcare.
Yeah. Let flong stimmy, y'all. So, yeah, I'm happy there's hopefully anyone who's just got a VR can take advantage of. I got most of those games already, but I don't have Thumper.
What was it called? Paper what?
Paper Beast.
Yeah, that's the only one I think I don't have.
Paper Beast and Rez and Thumper I don't have. So I was like, yeah.
I highly recommend Thumper and Rez. I highly recommend them.
Okay. Well, I kind of saw them before, and I don't know, there was something, yeah, I'd have to be fucking priced to buy it. So I'm glad free, I'll check it out now.
Yeah.
So happy to have that. But what's another highlight? Did you?
Yeah, I got a film highlight to talk about. I actually got this week. I think it just came out within the last week or two on physical. I know you like it. At least I think you like it. They released a collector's edition of Event Horizon on Blu-ray.
You like it. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is by Screen Factory, so you know it's going to have some really cool extras, and they did a new transfer of it. It's a 4K scan from the original camera negative. It looks really good. I watched it on like Wednesday night. It looks really, really good. They did a really good. The only problem I have with it is like the sound mix is a little off. Like when there's music, it is like deafening, but when people are talking, it's like, huh?
Well, so it's Tenet all over again?
Yeah.
Maybe you just got the settings wrong.
This movie to me is like when you hear people talk about wine, where you say like the longer you've had the bottle, the better it gets. Like the longer this is available, every time I watch it, I think it gets better.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I do love that movie.
Yeah, I thought it was okay when I saw it in the theater. I was like, yeah, it's all right. But it's Paul Anderson, the guy who made Mortal Kombat. He made this right after he made Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
he made this instead of Mortal Kombat 2.
Especially that end. Ooh.
Yeah.
Love it.
But I was like, it's all right. I mean, it had some cool stuff. I basically kept on saying, yeah, it's The Shining in outer space, whatever. But then every time I watch it, I find something new that I find interesting about it. Like it's not just an average like horror movie. I like the whole space angle makes it different because they didn't make many.
It's almost like Dead Space the movie.
Yeah, almost. It's like The Shining or The Haunting in outer space.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some cool ideas in it, and I like the characters and all that. The acting ain't too great sometimes.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be in horror movies. So that gets more of a pass from me.
But I like the realistic way they I don't know if it is completely realistic, but the way they present being exposed to outer space if you don't have a suit on in this. Because most things like you'll see like somebody freeze, or it's just like it's okay as long as you hold your breath, it's okay. No, this like all the blood vessels pop on the guy and he's bleeding from his eyes and his mouth and his ears and it's just gushing out of him. I was like, yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's like decompression is a thing.
I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And although the reason I was really interested in this edition of it was when they announced it, they were saying that they were going to try to make a director's cut.
Oh, sweet.
Because the movie was cut down from about 2 hours and 20 minutes to 96, I think it is now.
Oh, that's quite release whoever
95 minutes. Well, it was because they had problems with the MPAA. They were getting like X ratings because of all the violent stuff. There was like the scene where they see the logs of the crew after they've opened up the wormhole and everyone's like ripping each other apart. Yeah. They actually showed all that. Like people were fucking each other to death in that.
As they do.
And stuff. Like somebody out here got like a fist stuck up their ass and they pulled out like somebody's like spine or something. It was just supposed to be like severely disgusting. And then at the very end, when Sam Neill is giving Lawrence Fishburne those visions of hell, and he sees all of his crew like tortured and being tortured, it was supposed to be like full on watching this kind of shit happen. And that's why you only get those flashes because that's all they were allowed to show. Because the MPA is like, you show any more than what you got in there right now, you're going to get an X rating. So I heard they tried to make it PG-13 at one point.
So all that stuff in that.
Well,
that
the
copy?
thing is, it turns out that if you listen to the commentary track with Paul Anderson, he says that the movie was made in 90. It came out in 97.
Mhm.
That was before. It was right when Blu-ray was DVDs were starting to take off. So like having like all the crazy extras that we started to get later on, whereas wasn't really a thing yet. So they didn't really think to keep all of the deleted stuff that they cut out. Like they didn't keep the film. It kind of got thrown out.
No.
So I guess the people that at Scream Factory went searching for it. They heard rumors of where some of the footage might be, but they couldn't find any of it. It's all been destroyed.
I was like, was the fucking was like the ET documentary? They're like just walking around the dump, kicking stuff.
Yeah, they said they looked all these places where it could have been. It was never there. They said the director even said, I think they got the extra stuff got destroyed because they didn't think to keep it. So the only way you can see some of the deleted stuff is in the extras on the disc, and it's like a VHS copy from like a VHS copy the director had of his first cut. So yeah, it's not the director's cut. I know we were all hoping it would be, but I mean, the movie's still good nonetheless. I mean, honestly, people keep on saying that if they added more to it, it probably wouldn't be as effective as it is.
Yeah, it could be.
That's a thing. So
how much did that run you?
This was $22 on Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. Oh
Yeah.
shit! I thought you said Scream Factory. Like,
oh yeah, they
had to
sell
order
they
from
sell-
them.
No, that's the thing. The only time I order from Scream directly is when they have like one of their clearance sales.
Okay.
Every other time I get it through Amazon.
Perfect.
So I highly recommend picking it up. It looks great. It sounds crazy. There's a lot of techno in it.
Perfect.
But it's really cool because the only problem was I had to keep on turning the sound up and down and up and down and up and down as I was watching it because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get kicked out of this apartment if this fucking satanic dance club goes any louder.
He's doing rituals.
It's like, what's he doing? Like, all I hear is chanting and beats. Come on, Satan, drop the beat.
Go Satan, go Satan.
It's your birthday.
Perfect. Well, speaking of things you just picked up, what else you got?
Oh yeah, there's some things I could talk about. Totes. Should I do the movies or should I do the games?
A healthy blend.
Sure. I figure since I talked about a movie, I'll talk about the movies now.
Do it.
So last month I was talking about those like triple pack full moon movies that I was getting. I got the Doll Man triple pack and the Puppet Master. No, the Trancers triple pack. Well, I had also ordered this at the exact same time, and for some reason it just took fucking forever for it to get here. This is the mail problems I was having, but I ordered a 3-pack of the Species films.
Ooh.
Subspecies films. The Species films. This isn't the freaking outer space porn movies. These are vampire porn movies.
Get it right.
This was like one of the movies that kicked off. The first movie was one of the ones that kicked off Full Moon when they started doing their thing. And
Okay.
I think it's an interesting take on a vampire. Have you ever see these? It's an interesting take on a vampire movie because there's a way that vampires can stay sustained without having to actually kill anybody. And there's this thing called the Bloodstone. It's like this. It looks like a snow globe, but it is constantly producing blood.
Pretty metal.
So you don't have to actually kill anybody, and it sustains vampires without having to kill anybody. And it's interesting. It takes place in Romania, and it's about this like fucked up vampire family. And it's really interesting. The guy that plays the villain, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's like from Norway or something. His name is spelled out Anders Hove, but it's pronounced like Anders Hove or something like that. I can't remember how to say it. He is fucking Ricardo Montalban from The Wrath of Khan in this movie. It's just he is chewing the scenery left and right.
Oh yeah.
But he's great. He is great as the villain, Radu. And it was so popular that they made. Actually, there's only 3 of them on here. There's actually a spinoff and a 4th movie.
Oh.
The second one's called Bloodstone, and the third one's called Bloodlust. The 4th one's called Bloodstorm. They're talking about making a 5th one called Blood War or something.
Sweet.
I think they're talking about doing that now. And the spinoff is called The Vampire Journals. But I used to watch the 3 of these in a rotation back in the day, so I absolutely had to have this.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't think I've even heard of those before.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're really well made. The second, I mean, as good as the first one is, the second one and the third one are actually really, really cool. I mean, it's they were shot back to back because that's the way Full Moon used to do shit to save money. But I mean,
well, I've got you
sequels,
here.
Well,
they're like, well, I've got you here.
Yeah. Well, they basically would shoot it as one movie and then just split it in half. That's what they would do.
Way to do it.
But yeah, they're way better than they have any right to be for like these low budget little schlockathons.
Sweet, I'm gonna have to look into them.
Yeah,
I miss
they're really
torrents.
Yeah. But I picked up something that you'll appreciate. I've been putting off buying this for the longest time, and then Target had a sale, buy two get one free, that worked on games and movies. So I took advantage in both ways. So I picked up Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie in 4K,
What's that? Wow.
and it's shiny.
I hate to cut into your pickups, but that kind of goes along with some of my pickups.
Oh, why did I do that? I don't know.
Surprised.
Excitement.
Surprised you. Gotcha. Yeah.
Is this based on any of those?
Yeah, it's based on the first one, I believe.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's yep, just read it. Yep.
So I was in one of I don't know if you know Black Nerd Comedy on YouTube.
Yep.
Okay. He streams on Twitch, and I was in one of his. I was watching one of his streams. I was in the chat, and before he started streaming whatever game it was he was going to stream, he was talking about like toys and games and movies and stuff. And he started bringing up how he was naming off like the DC animated movies that he's been watching, because he said he was on a kick of watching them, and he said this one is pretty awesome. So I chimed in, and he actually answered me. I chimed in. I was like, "Have you ever seen The Dark Knight Returns?" The two-parter that they did. He's like, "Oh, I haven't watched that one." I'm like, "That's the best one they've ever done." He's just like, "I'll have to watch it then."
Yeah, Apocalypse one was really good too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really
so I was like, "But I've never watched Batman versus the Turtles." So now that you've recommended it, I mean, he wouldn't. Of course, he's going to recommend it. He's a freaking turtle fan. Is that like you wouldn't believe?
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. There's actually a third part.
In comic form?
Yeah, I basically pre-ordered the paperback because it's only hardcover now because it just came out not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably get the third one around like July. It seemed like it was estimating.
Oh, when the trade comes out, yeah.
So yeah, because I was like, well, I don't want the hardcover of one, and because I kind of have a few like that already, where it like sticks out like a sore thumb. So I was like, yeah, I can wait. So I basically ordered all three at once, but yeah, one will just show up later.
Yeah.
I went on a little bit of a tangent with those, and I ended up ordering like 12 different books.
But it's so you.
Yeah, it's so me.
It's so you.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I'll show off is this showed up yesterday. I wasn't even looking for this, and I saw it on eBay, or not eBay, Amazon. And I was like, oh shit, I have one of them. I need the other one. So I bought this 2-pack that has the Never Sleep Again Elm Street documentary and the Crystal Lake Memories Friday the 13th documentary about it.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I had the DVD of Never Sleep Again when it first came out. I actually like kickstarted it, I think.
Oh, okay.
And I got it in the mail, but then I ended up selling it because it was on DVD, and I was like, fuck DVD. And then I ended up buying the Crystal Lake one on Blu-ray, and the Crystal Lake one, the Friday the 13th one, it is like 8 hours long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know about, I think I did know about it, but I haven't seen that one. But Never Sleep Again is on one of my,
it's like Shudder or something.
Those 4-pack, those 4-pack ones.
Oh, yeah.
It is with, I think it's in with like Hellraiser.
400 minutes. 400 minutes.
Wow.
The Nightmare on Elm Street one is only 238, so it's like almost double what the Nightmare on Elm Street one is. Well, when you consider all the movies they're talking about in each one, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely want to check out the Crystal Lake one too.
Yeah, the Crystal Lake one is great. I have the book too. I pre-ordered that when it was coming out back in like 2007 or 8 or whatever.
Sweet.
But I watched the Never Sleep Again documentary this morning. I started at like 7 a.m. and I finished around noon.
Well, damn.
But I'm a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan, so I had to have this, and I already had Crystal Lake, so I'm getting rid of the Crystal Lake one that I have, the standalone one.
Well, I might have to give you a few bucks then. No, that's how I'll watch it.
So yeah, this is only like $18 or something.
Wow.
So that's why I picked it up. I was like, well, if it's that cheap, I'll buy it. I'll replace the one that I already have.
That's fucking price.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
So we're talking about. Okay, yeah. I'll buy that.
Yeah, fuck it. Right in the eye.
So that's it. That's it for your movies?
My movies.
Well, I got a couple. I'll show before we switch topics then. Not really a movie, but a show. One I was actually kind of lukewarm on, but I already had the other volumes. So I bought season 3 of Castlevania.
Yeah.
It was okay. I like the first two more.
I just like the slow burn of it.
Yeah.
I love the slow burn of it, and then like the last 2 episodes, just like what?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I liked it enough to buy it. So,
Yeah.
and I love my Castlevania. And like I said, I got the first 2. I mean, I don't have them open because I still have Netflix,
Yeah.
so they're not going anywhere. And on topic of another game we were talking about, I picked up the Toho Godzilla Collection Volume
yeah.
2.
Now you can watch Final Wars.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if like Volume 1 had ever shown up there, and I could have bought that. And I look online, and it's like 2 or 3 times the price of. I mean, to be fair, I have them all downloaded.
Oh.
But I like to have a hard copy, even if it's DVD. And I know, fuck DVD, whatever.
My ass keeps slipping off my damn chair
Yikes!
because I'm fat. I'm fat, you know it. No, watch Final Wars. That's the one where you get to watch Japanese Godzilla punch American Godzilla from the '98 movie in the face.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. And the fight lasts seriously 20 seconds. It's like American Godzilla goes roar and Japanese Godzilla goes
That's awesome.
don't get up.
Yeah. Stay down.
That's it for your movies?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up a whole lot of movies.
When it comes to the games, I don't really have that much retro because like I was telling you before, this upcoming weekend, so it's going to be like at the very beginning of April, I'm going to go game hunting with Captain Algebra through Chicago.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to like not spend a whole lot of money because I want to have stuff to buy because the stores we go to generally have a lot of good stuff. So I want to be there for it.
Sweet. Well, I'm sending that GoPro to you so I can shop with you guys, and you can have an iPad, wear it on your shirt, and
you can live vicariously through us.
You can be like Arnim Zola from Captain America.
Hello.
You must pick that up.
You must buy all the Genesis games. But last time when Peter was here, I was talking about like how I had set a goal for myself with my bonus from work that I was trying to get all the Japanese or all the Fist of the North Star Hokuto no Ken games I didn't have already, even the Japanese ones. I had ordered all of them. Not all of them had showed up because stupid post office was acting like a butt.
What a
so the rest of them finally showed up. So I ended up getting the original Famicom game, the first game,
yay,
and the second one.
Sweet. Which one? Are either of those the one we got on the NES?
I do believe it's the first one is the one that we got over here.
Okay.
That's on the back. It looks the most like it.
I think that's the only North American one that I'm missing so far is the NES one.
I have the NES one also. It is not good.
Yeah, I've heard.
So the second game looks similar. It is another beat 'em up, but it looks more like Trojan, I guess.
Okay.
So that's cool. I mean, but they're both beat 'em up slash platformers a little bit. And I got the Mega Drive Hokuto no Ken game. See, what gets me about these, I understand these two showing up late because these came from Japan.
Don't you mean Last Battle? It's true form.
Last Battle, yes. It's the one and only. This I got from a guy in California, and it took almost as long as it took the Japanese games to get here. For some reason, the guy didn't ship it. And then when I called him out on it, he's like, "Oh, I shipped that a month ago." And I'm like, "No, you didn't, because it has no progress. You didn't even put a tracking number in on my sale." And then all of a sudden, tracking number shows up in the listing.
Ooh.
And I was like, "You dick,
you're
you lying dick." But yeah, I got the Japanese, which over here ended up getting hacked and called Last Battle. They took out all the violence. But yeah, in this, people's heads explode when you punch them.
Yes.
And there's blood. So it is the exact same game. It's just a little more gory. You can see it. It looks just like the original, the one we got in here or in the US.
Yeah, so, I'm not gonna go grab Last Battle. It's a shameful game.
Yeah. So I got those.
I had to get it because it was like complete in box for like.
I had it back in the day. I didn't even realize it was a Hokuto no Ken game until I read about it somewhere.
Well, because I was like as I said, I was doing that with the North American, and probably before the border shutting down, I probably would have kept going like you are right now. But I was just like, oh, I get all the North American ones for now at least.
Yeah.
So
the Game Boy game, I had the Game Boy game back in the day. That was the one that got me into the series to begin with.
I
play it now, and I'm like, nah.
Well, it's a
back in the
fighting
day, it
game
was-
on the Game Boy, so
Yeah.
that's about what you
So
expect.
now I play it. I'm like, no. But back in the day, I was like, this is bonerific.
This is everything.
Ah, I can jump so high.
Yeah, it's I mean, for a fighting game on the Game Boy, I guess it's.
Yeah. Before fighting games are really a thing.
Yeah.
It was before Street Fighter 2.
Hey, to be fair, this is before fighting games were good.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Um,
It was either
Square
had this or Fighting Street.
Square Enix had like a sale on their website again.
Sweet.
It was like a real heavily discount sale, and I think it was Church who told me this one game is specific game is on sale, and it is I got the limited edition of Life is Strange Before the Storm,
Cool.
and I got this for I want to say like $10. And I have the first one. I don't have the second one yet. I was waiting. I don't think there is a limited edition like this for the second game.
I don't think so either.
Because I looked
I
on the website and they don't even have. They have the second game, but they don't have like any special edition of it.
Yeah, I have the first one and that one on Xbox, and like number 2.
Mhm.
They only have it on PS4, and I don't really want to split it up and have it on 2 different. Like, I've got a thing going.
Yeah,
So I haven't picked it up yet, but I was kind of. I liked the first one, but it wasn't like. I was planning to jump right into that one, and I just kind of didn't.
well, this was like the game, or the first one was like the game of the month, like a month or two ago. I think 2 months ago for the Cartridge Club.
3 months ago.
3 months ago.
Yeah, I think it was
So I remember
December.
Church and Rocket Sauce were always talking about it when we're playing Predator.
I think it was December. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, for $10, I wasn't going to pass it up, and it comes with the game and all the extra content,
The soundtrack, doesn't it?
a soundtrack, an art book, an outfit pack, a mixtape mode. I guess it has something to do with the music in the game.
Yeah, the standards.
Then the complete season. It has the complete season here. So yeah,
You'd hope, right?
I hear it's not.
cool, I got episode
yeah, I know,
1.
right? But I hear this was made by a different company that made the first and the second one, so it's not like that great when compared to the first one.
It's
But
the Arkham Origins.
yeah, so it's like okay, but it's still worth playing. So I picked it up. But then again, it was fuck it price.
Yeah, fucking price.
And then I got a couple of
That's our new catchphrase here. The fucking price.
it's medium dick energy,
Yeah.
average dick energy, and
Average
fuck
dick
it price.
Yeah.
I picked up a couple of Switch games. This one, Radical Reggie's been talking about for years, and I finally said, okay, I'll pick it up, and that's Horizon Chase Turbo.
Yeah, everyone was on that game for a bit when it came.
Everyone on the Metal Jesus crew was talking. I remember Kinsey was talking about it like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, and they were all. I think they made a video where they were all playing it too.
Yeah, I think they all got free copies to talk about on their channels. But it's basically like a throwback to Outrun. Yeah, it's like a throwback to Outrun, from what I understand.
I'm not
And
huge
this
on
has
Outrun, but it's cool.
this has a bunch of free content you can download. This is the rookie edition,
Sweet.
I guess. And I also saw when I was on Amazon, there's a nighttime edition of this too.
Okay.
I was like, okay, whatever.
Is that maybe like the complete edition where you don't have to download anything?
This one?
Maybe
No, I don't know. It
one you're
looks like
talking-
it looks like it's like a Brazilian exclusive or something.
Yeah, no, I mean like the one that you saw, the night edition. Maybe that's like their version of the complete. Don't have to download anything back.
Oh, I don't know. But this one has all the free content already.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I didn't bother because I was like, I'm gonna play this one first before I start spending extra money.
Yeah.
And I picked up the Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury pack for the Switch. If there was going to be one like re-released Mario game I was going to buy, it was going to be 3D World.
Yeah, I just finally beat that on the Wii U a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was thinking about someone was selling. Can't remember what the forum was. They were selling 4 good Switch games, but I had 3 of them, and that was one of them. And it basically worked out to where I was getting that for about 45% of the regular price. And I was like, but then I'd have to buy those other ones and flip them, and I'm not going anywhere where I can do that right now. So,
Facebook Marketplace, bro.
yeah. Well, so I mean, I don't want to be one of those guys that does that, buys it off the marketplace, gets what he wants, and then puts it on there for the same price.
Yeah. I mean, out of all those like Mario or the re-releases that they've been releasing lately for like they did was it New Super Mario Brothers and the Mario 3-pack thing that has like Mario 64 and all that.
Tropical Freeze and stuff too.
Yeah, this is the only one that I would buy of a Mario game because it's the only one of those that I like. I don't like Sunshine.
But you
I
love
don't
Mario
like-
64.
I don't like 64.
Oh, I thought you
I do like
did.
Galaxy though. I do like Galaxy.
But you don't like Mario 64, but you love the controller.
I will reach through this screen. I will choke you out. But that's all I'm going to talk about for pickups. What about you, man?
Oh my gosh. I got games, man.
Oh my god, it's not just toys.
Well, there's toys though.
What?
So don't get too
There has
unexcited.
to be. There has to be.
I bought Sakuna, Rice and Ruin.
Yeah.
Divine Edition. It actually was on sale on Canadian Amazon, which is the complete opposite of what it usually is. It's usually a premium above. And yeah, it's got the game, art book, 3-disc soundtrack, and cloth omamori charm, which looks like a silica gel packet keychain.
Huh.
That thing there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like a cool game. I was already thinking about it anyway, but then when I saw it on sale and I seen everyone else picking it up, I was like, I want to pick up a game. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of Facebook Marketplace,
Uh-oh.
I found out later it was a friend of mine was selling some consoles, like console bundles. And there's some pretty good stuff, but out of all the consoles, there was only 2 that I really needed anything from. So I picked up a Xbox bundle, and first I'll show the games that I'm adding to the collection, and then I'll quickly go through what else is there. So,
So you did exactly what you're talking about not wanting to do with the Switch games.
Well, yeah, this was way cheap. This was a good price. Good price.
It's fucking prices.
Fuck it prices, and he undershot my price. Like I gave him a price, and he goes, "How about $75 less than that?" And I was like, "You know how to bargain."
Sold Canadian.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, what do you want to do this?" And he just goes, "Yeah, stop on by." So I went by because I knew where, he's a friend of mine. I know where he lives. So
No.
yeah, so anyway, I added some pretty good. It's been a while since I got some good original Xbox games, and some of these I have on other consoles like PS2 and stuff already. But I don't mind double dipping on good shit. So first one. Oddworld Stranger's Wrath.
Oh, yeah.
The one that just got a limited run release from PS3, which is kind of cool. And then Mortal Kombat Deception. I owned it was in such crappy condition I didn't even add it to my collection, but I do have that on PS2 also. La Deciano. Got some Constantine action.
Oh, yeah. It's not actually not a bad game.
Yeah, I want to check it out. So that's probably the one I'm most stoked about getting. We got Thief Deadly Shadows.
Yeah, I remember I rented Constantine from Blockbuster back when it first came out.
Nice.
I enjoyed it.
We got the Atari Anthology. God damn, there's a lot of games.
Oh, yeah, 85 something, yeah.
85 games that started a revolution. All right. Cool.
Krull's not on it, though, so it's inferior.
I actually had Krull.
Krull is the best Atari game, as far as I'm concerned.
Blazing Angels 1. I think I have Blazing Angels 2 for the 360.
Yeah,
somewhere.
they're both good.
And Dragon's Lair 3D.
Ooh.
Return to the Lair. So that was pretty cool. But another console that I saw that I needed some games for, even though it was only 3, but he had good deals for me. So I picked up Wario's Woods, which I had to really look. I was like, I don't have that. Are you sure I don't have that? I don't have that. So
You
I
do
didn't have
now.
that. I didn't have that.
You do know.
And then I got Bonkers. Totally nuts.
Is that with the Disney
Yeah.
shows? Okay.
Yeah, that one was like around, what was the other one? Marsupilami? We were out
Yeah.
like at the same time.
Marsupilami.
They had cool songs anyway. And then this one that I barely remembered existed, and that's Frantic Flea.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's got to be pretty uncommon.
Yeah, like I don't really see it anywhere. So
Bonkers, too, probably.
yeah, I think Bonkers is probably the priciest of the games I didn't have that I got.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of those in person.
I came with 2 Super Nintendos.
Oh, God.
One gold edition.
Look like somebody kicked it.
Yeah, well, and it's that kind of gold. It's not very.
It's kind of fragile, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's right. I just opened a bin.
No shit, here we go.
Both Super Nintendo games because they're on top. We got the standards. We got Donkey Kong Country, pretty labeled up. Home Alone 2, Mario World, Tetris 2, Tetris Attack, and we got JP,
Whoop.
Super Adventure Island.
Hell yeah, I love that game.
I need the second one.
Yeah, me too.
Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past. Ooh, Samers.
Oh shit.
And probably the coolest one in the bundles. Too bad I already had it. Zombies at my neighbors. So, as we know, I should make that another challenge. I got to beat that game one of these days.
It's long, dude.
Yeah, it's like 60 levels, I think.
Oh god, yeah, it is long.
I don't think I've ever made it past like 10. So
Yeah, I was watching Captain Algebra play, and he gave up. He's like, "Fuck these giant babies."
That's how I feel like when I go on the internet. And then we go to the Xbox. We got, of course, Halo 2, KOTOR 2,
Yeah,
Ghost Recon Island Thunder, Outlaw Golf 2.
those are fun.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. I like arcadey. I don't like sports, but I like arcadey sports.
Yeah, arcadey ones are great.
Crimson Skies.
I still gotta beat that.
Fable.
Lies, nothing but lies.
Star Wars Episode 3.
Yeah, better than the movie.
San Andreas. Yeah, it is. That's the sad thing. I'm just trying to dig out what I really want to show. Mech Assault 2, Mech Assault 1, special all green cover edition.
Mech Assault games are great.
And then I had it so nice there, organized. What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Crystal Xbox.
Oh shit!
Hells yeah. So
Mine dies and you get a really awesome looking one.
If the border would just open, I've got several. You can't have that.
No, my
You
thing
can't
is
have
like
that.
I'm just gonna use. That's why I want the Series X because I'm just gonna play all my Xbox games on that.
Do it. Do it. Do it. All right.
Where them toys, bro?
Got some toys.
Where them toys, bro?
All right, we're gonna start off with Lego. Got some small Avengers sets. You know, we got the Black Panther motorcycle one. We got basically a color swap of another set we have. We've got the War Machine Hulkbuster. You know, like in the movie.
But
It's
great.
not in the movie, yeah. And this one's probably. This is the height because the next one's a bummer. We got the Iron Man armor room.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and if they go down any cheaper, I'm buying another one so I can add an extra level for all the other Iron Man suits that I have for Lego.
Cool.
And then here's one I was super stoked for. The friggin' helicarrier.
Hell yeah.
You might see the sticker here. It says $160 on sale for $90. So didn't even really look at it. Just grabbed it and went, I'm buying this because I went to pick up my wife on the way to probably my biggest pickup of the year.
Okay.
And I couldn't really tell. I can still barely see it.
It looks like it's been slashed.
It's been retaped. That's because none of the Legos in here are Avengers Legos. Here we got Ninjago, generic shit. Also, you might see on this tag it says final sale, no returns.
Oh, that's a crock of shit.
Oh yeah, rest assured, that was not final sale, no returns. I'm getting that money back. Yeah,
You
not
lied.
impressed.
You
The
lied.
only- I'm happy I opened it before I showed the kids. My son happened to see
Probably would
the
have
box.
flipped out, huh?
Well, they would have been as stoked as I was. The only thing that's in that box that has anything to do with the Avengers Legos is the instruction manual. So
That's a crock of
yes.
shit.
So yeah, they might as well put grass seed in that box at Canadian Tire. Yeah, they can go fuck themselves. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking to the owner tomorrow, and I'll be getting that money back. We'll update next episode.
Yes, please do.
No, I had to.
I'm gonna write that down.
I had to do that first because that was a huge bummer. Let's on to some Transformers.
Yeah.
I got the Kingdom Leader Optimus Prime with trailer. looking like an envelope. I got Cup from the '86 movie. We
That
got
cranky old son of a bitch.
we got Blair from the '86 movie.
Hamana, 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 hamana.
We got Grimlock from the
Me,
86
Grimlock, no like you.
And unfortunately, your favorite comes a little wheelie for his
Fuck
shoulder.
that guy. Fuck that guy.
He's
Fuck
this guy.
him all day, all night in a
He's-
in a.
He's your Skylynx.
Put him in an
And
isolation chamber.
And the thing I like about the studio series is they come with these backdrops in the packaging. Like I think this is Blair's.
Oh, that's from the movie, yeah, where he got his arm ripped off.
Yeah, and then there's Cup's background.
Autobot City.
Yeah, like you actually want to do that. And then this is Grimlock's background.
Oh, that's on that planet with the Quintessons, yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. So I held on to those. Those. What the hell's going on? Those are pretty cool. And
Let's.
so yeah, the like also the Netflix packaged Transformers that I got at Walmart when I was opening up my collection. It turned out they came with a backdrop piece, and I just realized I have all of them, so I don't have an empty spot in the middle.
Mhm.
But it makes the whole background of like Teletran 1 and everything from the Ark. So I was like, this is awesome. I'm immediately not regretting opening these ones because like when you look in the package, all you see is like a white background behind them. I'm like, oh, it's kind of boring. So sometimes opening stuff's pretty cool.
So you got the Skylynx, right? You got the Skylynx from Netflix, right?
I did not. It was only
complete Teletran 1, bro.
No, it was actually only the ones these size, like the deluxe figures. So I got Hopper, Kingdom from the Kingdom set. I'm buying all the not Beast Wars ones from the Kingdom set.
Because they look
I keep seeing Megatron, and even my wife is like, I don't know. I think that Megatron's pretty cool. You should get it because my wife really likes Beast Wars.
I've never actually seen it.
I don't not like Beast Wars. I just have no nostalgia for it. Like I watched it, I liked it. I don't have any want to like add those to the collection because they'll stand out like a sore thumb, especially at first.
Yeah.
I don't have any dinosaurs but Grimlock and Trypticon. Well, I guess I collect T-Rexes. Maybe I'll get Megatron. We'll see. To be continued.
No, I didn't realize that's what he turned into. I just know that Optimus turned into a gorilla.
Yeah, he turns into a giant purple T-Rex. So he turns into Barney. That's awesome.
I hate you. You hate me.
Keep him with Hasbro. I bought a one-off from a collection that I don't intend to carry further. But got me some Snake Eyes.
Because Snake Eyes is the shit.
Remember when I said fuck everyone else? I meant it. I might get Storm Shadow. He needs someone to fight.
You need to have the yin to his yang.
He's pretty lonely on the shelf. Like he's just going to be sitting here while these.
It's like Beetlejuice sitting on the toilet up there. He needs someone to look at while he's jerking off on the toilet.
That's his gravestone.
Oh, I thought he was pooping.
No. All right. Now what's next? Speaking of Gal Gadot, like an hour ago, I got Wonder Woman because I didn't have a regular style Wonder Woman. They haven't really made one of her yet, so I got that one. I already had this figure, but I didn't have what he's sitting on. I got the death metal Batman motorcycle.
Big ass bat skull. That's awesome.
It is so cool. They didn't want to sell me something, put death metal and Batman together, and I'm like, how many am I allowed to buy? So yeah, that's gonna
Is there a limit?
Yeah. Speaking of how many I'm allowed to buy, this is a color variant of one I already have, but I really liked the look of this one. This is the White Knight Batman, but he's like the red.
I thought it was a different color Sub-Zero that made him look like rain.
No. Already got that, bro. Anyway, yeah, I just put that on there to look like it goes on there, but it doesn't. Okay. I didn't break nothing yet. And another color variant Batman. I got them all, so I'm going to keep getting them all, which is something I feel shitty about getting locked into. If they go too much into this, I'm out. But yeah, I've already got the regular colors, animated series Batman. Now I've got the 70s colors. Whatevs. Looks pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah.
And then the only other color figure I got Tihanos.
Yeah.
So pretty cool. He has a bunch of different hands.
Fist of Doom.
He has a different head. His King Thanos head. I don't have his little diorama thing that he had behind him, but he has his throne, his like space throne was the little thing behind him. So that's pretty cool. Speaking of dioramas, I'm not actually showing. I'm just gonna show the box. I got the sweet NECA thing. It fits perfectly on my shelf. The only thing is, I'm basically doing auditions. I'm setting up different stuff on it, figuring out what's gonna live there.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right now, I got Spider-Man surrounded by his Rogues Gallery and Punisher, but
Cool.
we'll see. And speaking of Sub-Zero, fuck that guy. Got me some Scorp. I finally got me a Scorp. So happy. He's a little
Little flaccid spear.
yeah. He's not fully pumped up. Someone else is pretty pumped up to hammer shit.
That Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn finally showed up. My friend from down the road, like literally like a block away, I didn't even know he collected Mortal Kombat. He just sent me a picture of this, like, I don't know, a week and a half before mine showed up, and I was like, "That's cool." I ordered him too, you know. I think he went to your house by accident. So, so yeah, that's it for toys. All those were a good story, except for that mighty bummer of a Lego story.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, but you know what's not bullshit? Playing video games.
Yeah,
For the most part. I think it's time for some backlog roulette. But first, let's talk about our pick from last time.
Yeah.
I got 007 Bloodstone.
Yeah.
And I played it. And I beat it. Just before, like an hour and a half before the podcast. But I loved it. It reminded me a lot of the Quantum of Solace game, but from what I remember, because I beat that game when it came out, this was better. But yeah, good original story, solid gameplay. Honestly, after GoldenEye, there's not very many bad Bond games, so this is a really solid game. I think it was originally supposed to be a movie, and then they just kind of decided not to make the movie and just made the game. I think they had some kind of budgetary issue or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Can't be sure.
Something like that. Anyway, so it's its own story. It's not tied to any movie, but it has Daniel Craig as Bond. And yeah, for the most part, the story is really cool, but then it just kind of...
Is it that Bloodstone?
Yeah. Pretty close. But it ends like, I wouldn't say a cliffhanger.
It just ends.
It just ends like it ends like The Sopranos, basically.
Yeah, that was when I beat it. That was my main problem. I was like, "Oh, that's it." And I was telling you, I was like, "Do I have to beat this on hard to get a real ending?"
we're having a laugh before about it. Like, yeah, do I have to beat it on hard mode? Is this like Ghouls and Ghosts? Like, oh yeah, you think you just got to beat it once? Go back and beat it again.
Sorry, James Bond, but your killer's in another castle.
Yeah, so that was that was the only part that really pissed me off about it. It wasn't too.
It's not very long.
There wasn't many piss off parts. It was like playing a movie, basically.
The driving was a little hard at times.
Still, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's some parts of it where, yeah.
But yeah, I beat that, and then I started playing Quantum of Solace after that.
Oh, okay.
So I did it the opposite way you did.
Well, I liked Quantum of Solace when it came out because it basically tied Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace even more together than the movies did. And
yeah.
I really like that because you kind of just keep going with the story. And yeah, I respected that. So that was a longer game for sure. But this one, yeah, solid game. I was happy.
It's almost like they ran out of money and they just couldn't finish it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's like $20, man, $20 to the last level, and they're like, no, sir. So yeah, it was. They kind of just leave it with it, like, who are you working for, basically, and then just I don't know, the end, without too much spoilies.
Yeah.
So what'd you get? And how'd you feel
Last
about
time I got Geist on the GameCube. Yep. I've always wanted to play it. Never really had a chance to, even though I bought it a long time ago. Just never really Like that's what this roulette is for to make us play these games we keep forgetting we own.
Absolutely.
It's like a third-person action game, and your soul gets separated from your body in like the first section of the game. And at that point, from that point on, you're playing like as this ghost, and you can possess other people, items in the game to solve like environmental puzzles and to advance the story and to get into areas you can't normally get into and all that.
That's pretty
And
solid.
I didn't beat it. I played it for like a good 2 hours. I want to say the night that we recorded the night after we recorded the last podcast. I just keep on forgetting to play it.
Such as
But
life,
the 2
right?
hours that I enjoyed, the 2 hours of it that I played, I enjoyed. I mean, it does remind me a little bit of like Haunting starring Poltergeist, because in order to possess a person, you have to like scare them
Oh, okay.
by possessing stupid crap in the room to get their attention and freak them out. Like,
Well, the coffee
There's-
pot's haunted.
no,
Yeah.
there's like these switches in the first area. You have to like possess them, and you'll make like a ghost pop out of it, and he'll go ah, and all of a sudden he's able to be possessed, and you can possess him.
So
And-
you can only possess people while they're shitting their pants. Or?
Yeah, basically, and then you stink the rest of the time.
That's
But yeah, it's cool. The graphics are pretty good. I was using my that HDMI 1080p adapter that I bought for my GameCube, so I was playing it in HD, and it looks really good in HD.
sweet.
I just want to say, like, some of the things you have to do are pretty vague. Like, they don't really tell you everything you can do or should be able to do with your
Oh,
ghost
they don't even
powers.
train. They don't even train you. Oh, I thought you meant like
They
the
do. There's
mission.
like this little ghost kid that is like, oh, go try this, and then go and try this and see if those combination of things work. But they don't really tell you exactly what it is you can possess. It's just kind of like they just kind of like throw you. He like tells you can do it, and then he's like, now go do it.
Oh,
And it's like, oh, okay. And what else do I need
like
to do? in this
Walmart
room?
training.
I scared the guy. I possessed him. Now what?
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of like was like at a point where I was just like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here because I was like getting stuck, and I was like, all right, I'll come back to it. I just never did.
Huh.
I will go back to it though. It is cool.
I've been meaning to play that since I got it. I actually got it when I don't know if you remember. One of my first pickups videos was when I got the inventory from that like local kind of consignment retro game shop.
Mhm.
And I got a copy of that, and I want to say it was 90% sealed. It was still in plastic, but this plastic was
Like
old.
torn.
You know, when the plastic gets kind of brittle, so it was like torn off the corner and stuff. So I was like, wow, this ain't staying like this.
Yeah.
So I've never
Captain
actually
Algebra gave you the thumbs up for doing that, by the way.
Sweet.
It's just weird. It's kind of like this and Eternal Darkness. I mean, it's weird that this got released by Nintendo. Like this and Eternal Darkness. It doesn't feel like a game that they would have released.
Yeah, now they
But-
don't. Now they just don't do that again.
Yeah, they're it looked like they were being they're trying to at least be kind of edgy in the GameCube days.
Yeah, they're going back to the edge.
Yeah. Bring it back, not just Mario games.
No,
And
yeah,
Pokemon.
Is that Gelordi as they get is Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah. Ouija.
They're putting all their spoopy thoughts into Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, that's my game.
sweet. Well, that's good to hear. Well,
So should we
let's
get
keep it
new
going.
games?
Yeah, you had a game you didn't hate again. So hey, things are looking up, man.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't hate mine. I liked mine a lot more than the previous one. So let's find something else that we're gonna absolutely love. So, want to explain what the
Oh, should I? Okay.
backlog roulette is?
So we ask you make a list of games. You make a list 1 to 36 plus 0 and double 0, so 38 games total.
Yep.
Match a game up to each number. Jason's going to spin this roulette wheel that we have. Whatever number it lands on, we play the corresponding game on our list. And then in the next episode, we will talk about that game that we have played.
Hell yeah! And I want to hear everyone tell me about their games.
Yes. Captain Algebra seems to really enjoy this aspect of our show.
I love that. I hope it catches on because I love hearing about other people's games and how we've enabled them to play a game from their backlog.
Because it's in our name.
It's our
And
name.
don't forget, if you do decide to take part in our backlog roulette, please hashtag backlog roulette on Twitter.
Absolutely, we want to hear it. You can even at one of us, so
Damn right.
we're made more aware of it because we love seeing that shit. All right, without any further ado, let's spin that wheel.
Yo, DJ. Ding that
Hells yeah. Nope. Maybe it'll slow down, then it's sped up again.
woo. Stop teasing us.
He's in there. He's just rolling. We got 00.
Oh shit. Oh god.
007. Right. All right, we'll see what we got. What did you get? Well,
I got Crusader No Remorse on the Saturn.
I don't think I've even heard of that.
It's like a isometric shooter / strategy game, and your character looks like Boba Fett, but he's red.
Robofet.
Boba Fett, yes. Rouge Fett.
Hells yeah, brother. Where's my list? Can't find it here. Ooh, I got Future Cop LAPD.
Oh, on the PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
I just recently bought that.
I got it right here. So don't let me say I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So I had to move it to plug in my phone earlier, so that's how I know it was right there.
Nice.
Yeah, I got this game quite a while ago, and I've been meaning to play it since because it looks badass.
Yeah.
So that's what the backlog roulette's for. Hurry up and play that shit, me.
Damn right. Now, if only my Polymega would show up so I can play this on my HD TV.
Yeah, what the hell, man? Hey, you can play it on a PS3.
Not my Saturn.
Oh shit! What I'm thinking? I'm thinking. Hi.
my
Yuck.
derp.
Sorry, I'm thinking that's probably how I'm going to play mine. Sorry.
Yeah.
While I'm downloading all the updates for my several games,
Yes.
I'll pop this in and play it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually pretty stoked. I'm glad I put that on my list because, yeah, I'm noticing I haven't updated the list from the last couple ones. So I'm glad I didn't get. I just got a couple empty spots. So
Sweet.
glad we didn't get 4 again because I noticed 4 didn't get updated from last time.
I just keep swapping out a different game from the same console.
Mm-hmm.
In
It's
those
a good
spots.
idea. It's a good idea. I might have to do that because I still have more 360 games. So quite a few.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, look, we're under 3 hours. Anything you
I
want to
know,
talk
right?
about? Anything you want to talk about for about an hour? Or?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, I'm happy we can. Yeah, that's what being more consistent is. Maybe more people will check it out without seeing the daunting runtime.
Yeah. And one of us didn't fall asleep this time.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Man, he was the champ.
I know. Peter's awesome.
He moved crap all day, worked his ass off, then as soon as he was done, came on with us.
Dealing with 2 young kids.
And our soothing voices just rocked him
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah,
So-
we voice sexed him to sleep.
So yeah, thanks again, Peter, for joining us last time. And yeah, well, I guess that's it for this episode of the Super Enabler Bros.
And I might have a nice duo of guests lined up for the next episode.
Yay!
Hint! Mystery.
Stay tuned for that.
Yay!
And if we book guests, that means we have to be even more consistent. So
I know.
excited.
Sadness ensued.
What? Oh, sorry. You have to talk to me at regular intervals.
I know, it's just so hard.
That means I have to buy more stuff to show off for next time. Damn
I
it!
just hope it doesn't get to that point where I feel obligated to go buy stuff just so I can talk about it.
Yeah, I hope I have money because I just bought a new car, so the pickups might be a little slower.
I'm sure I could talk about
I
something
saw-
because I am like I said, I am going video game grocery shopping with Captain Algebra.
That's groceries.
Yeah,
You need-
game hunting with Captain Algebra in a week, so I'll probably have plenty to talk about.
Hell yeah! I mean, I'm not gonna cut back that much. I mean, I have a bunch of stuff pre-ordered and stuff.
If only that pesky border would open.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I mean, so pre-ordered that'll actually like make it to me even if the border doesn't open. But if the border opens,
It's
We're gonna have
going down.
we're gonna have to do an episode every day for about a month.
How many trips did you make?
One. I need to get monetized quick because that was some duty I had to pay. Holy shit. So yeah, excited.
Oh yeah, by the way, congratulations on hitting 200.
200 what?
viewers or subscribers.
Oh, I got 300
Oh,
subscribers.
300 subscribers. I'm sorry,
I forgot
300.
to mention it since
Yeah.
last time I've been in limbo between 290 and 300 since last MGC. It goes up, it gets ooh, and then it goes, oh, you lost 8 subscribers. Oh, so well, it's like watching my blood pressure. So yeah, so I'm pretty stoked about that. It's a small milestone, but to be fair, I don't be too consistent. That's why I like that we do this show, because it keeps me more consistent, and it makes me go, oh well, I'm here, might as well make a video about this. So
Do it.
love it.
Do
Thanks
a video all about you taking that Jip Job Lego set back to the store.
Yeah, speaking of the GoPro, maybe I should get one for that. See me go super
Just
Karen.
attach that shit to your chest.
I'm just gonna go Super Saiyan in some dude's face.
Super Kieran.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be rough if they don't play ball.
Yeah, that's a crock of shit.
Yeah, yeah. You don't bum out my entire family.
That doesn't happen.
Homie, don't play that, especially
Nope.
when it comes to Legos and superhero stuff.
This is some serious shit.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks everyone for sticking around, and thanks once again for joining me. And we'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Hasta la vista, baby. In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.